Attention Save the Cat fans, have I got some news for you. Coming up, I'm revealing all the juicy details about the next book in the Save the Cat series, Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel, including a first look at the cover. Stay tuned. Welcome, writer friends. It's Jessica Brody here, author of the #1 best-selling plotting guide, Save the Cat Writes a Novel, and the founder of the Writing Mastery Academy, where you can get unlimited access to all my online writing courses, plus monthly live webinars, exclusive office hours with me and other instructors, the Writing Mastery community, and more. In this video, I'll be sharing some very exciting details about the long-awaited next installment of the Save the Cat series, Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel, written by yours truly. And be sure to stay tuned until the very end if you want a first look at that cover. Spoiler alert, it's a beauty. So let's get into it. Yes, it's true. Yes, I wrote another Save the Cat book, focusing entirely on young adult novels. And I know you have questions, so I filmed this video to do my best to answer them. If you don't yet know what Save the Cat is, be sure to watch my video, What is Save the Cat?, which I'll link to in the description below. Then come back here to this one when you're done and all caught up on the lingo. So here we go. First question. When does the book release? The book is scheduled to release in May 2023, which I realize feels like a long way away if you're watching this shortly after I posted this video in the fall of 2022. But hey, hopefully the time will go by fast. And if you need something to pass the time, don't forget about the official Save the Cat novel writing course, which is available to stream right now in the Writing Mastery Academy. I'll post a link to that in the description below. And if you just happen to be watching this after May 2023, then you're in luck. The book is out. Drop everything, run to your local bookstore, grab yourself a copy, and start working on those 15 beats. What formats will it release in? Similar to Save the Cat Writes a Novel, the book will be released simultaneously in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. So whatever your preferred method of absorbing information might be, we have a format for you. Why a YA version? Okay, so yeah, I'm already getting this question a lot. Why do you need a YA version when the original version had plenty of YA examples? Yes, it's true, the original did have a few YA examples, and although the structure of a young adult novel is similar to the structure of all other novels and follows the same 15 beats as any other story, the filter through which we tell young adult stories is quite unique, and I can speak to that from experience. After writing more than 15 YA novels in my career, I can safely say that young adult is its own novel writing beast, and it does warrant its own guide, if for no other reason than to laser focus our study of structure using exclusively young adult examples, which is exactly what I've done in this book. Every page, every beat, every genre, every beat sheet, every tip is geared toward helping writers of young adult fiction tell the best stories that they can tell. In writing this book, I've analyzed over 100 young adult novels to give you the most in-depth look at these types of stories and these types of characters, so I can also give you the best possible chance of writing your own young adult bestseller. How is it different from the first book? Well, besides being filled exclusively with those young adult examples I mentioned, there are actually a few things that are completely new and different in this book that don't exist in Save the Cat Writes a Novel. First and foremost is a chapter all about customizing your beat sheet. Okay, so in the first book, there is a very extensive chapter about how to build your Save the Cat beat sheet, aka your structure roadmap, and make it the most compelling it can be. And from what I've heard, writers found it extremely helpful. Yay. However, I also got a lot of questions from writers that usually began with the phrase, but what about multiple points of view? What about prologues? What about flashbacks, backstory, villain stories, catalysts that come on the first page? Many of these were not addressed in the original book, or they were addressed very quickly. Basically, what all of these questions are asking is, how do I customize the Save the Cat method for my story? Good question. One of the great things about being a novelist is flexibility. We have the potential to do so many creative things in the novel writing space, and young adult novelists are some of the most creative novelists out there, if I don't say so myself. But in the end, we still need a solid structure and a well-told story. That's why, in addition to including another very extensive chapter on the 15 beats, In Save the Cat YA, I also included this new chapter about customizing those beats to work for you. Think of this chapter as sort of the advanced beat sheet chapter, where you can take this foundations that you'll learn about in the Save the Cat beat sheet chapter and make them your own. Once again, analyzing and breaking down tons of examples from young adult authors who put their own creative spin on the basic story structure so that we can learn what works and get inspired from some of the greats. The next thing that's new in this book, and something I'm very excited about, is an entire chapter dedicated to writing a young adult series. This one comes by very popular demand. Yep. Duologies, trilogies, quartets, and more. In this book, I break down series in the most detail I've ever done. And I show you how the Save the Cat method and those same 15 beats can be used to help you structure, plan, and write a compelling series. And yes, this chapter is filled with, you got it, more YA examples. So those are two bigger differences between Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel and Save the Cat Writes a Novel. But I've also included some new ways to look at plot and structure, some new tips and tricks that I've discovered along the way for writing the best novel you can. But I'll let you discover those on your own when the book comes out. I already own the first book. Do I need the YA book too? Okay, I know I'm going to get asked this a lot, so let me go on the record here with an answer. The short answer is, you don't need the YA book if you already own and use the first book, but it's very possible that you might want it. For the very reasons I just listed, not to mention the opportunity to study even more examples of the beat sheet in action, which we all love to do. Just like Save the Cat Writes a Novel, Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel comes with 10 full beat sheet breakdowns of popular novels. That's 10 more in-depth study tools that you can use to craft your own story, regardless of what age group it's intended for. And this time, because multiple points of view stories are becoming more and more popular, especially in the YA space, I've chosen to break down 4 different novels with multiple points of view. And one of those novels contains 5 points of view, which you might know means there are 5 intersecting beat sheets going on in that book. It's a marvel of structure, to be sure, and I had so much fun writing that beat sheet. So if you're curious about multiple points of view or just how to take your plotting up a notch, you might find some of the more complex structure breakdowns in this book extremely helpful, even if you're not writing young adult. But like I said before, the 15 beats are the 15 beats. They haven't changed since I wrote the first book, so there's nothing new about the Save the Cat method itself, but my perspective on those 15 beats and how to teach them has changed somewhat. I've learned a lot since I wrote Save the Cat Writes a Novel, namely from talking to authors like you, answering your questions in my webinars, hearing what you're struggling with. And all of that has opened my eyes to new ways of talking about structure and new ways of breaking it down. So no, you don't need this book if you already have the first one, but you never know how it might inspire you, break you out of a plotting blockage, or just help you see story structure in a new light. What are some of the YA novels you break down in this book? Yes, I've been teasing this plethora of new examples throughout this entire video, so what are some of them? Well, I do need to leave some mystery alive. I can't tell you everything, as that might be considered info dumping, and we all know that's no good. But I'll give you a small taste of some of the novels that are featured prominently in this book. Note, not all of these have full beat sheets in the book, but they are all referenced quite often as stellar plotting examples. Anyone a fan of Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo? How about Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, or The Fault in Our Stars by John Green? I also had a blast breaking down the riveting beats of Warcross by Marie Lu, Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Alire Sainz, and We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, to name just a few. So, just a handful of mega hits from some of the top names in YA. No big deal. Hopefully by now you're getting excited about this book. Are you ready to see the cover? I'm more than ready to show it to you. In fact, I've been waiting for over a year. Drum roll, please. I give you Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel. Ta-da! Isn't it fantastic? I just love the colors, love the scribbles, love the cat, love it all. Look for Save the Cat Writes a Young Adult Novel wherever books are sold in May 2023. I hope you enjoy it. And if you can't wait until May, be sure to check out Save the Cat Writes a Novel, the first book, or my official Save the Cat online novel writing course, where I walk you step by step through the 15 beats of the Save the Cat method with tons of examples from popular books and movies. And I also brainstorm a novel right along with you in the class so you can see how I approach the Save the Cat process from start to finish. That course is available to stream on demand in the Writing Mastery Academy at writingmastery.com. I'll also include a link in the description below, as well as a link to download my free Save the Cat starter kit, which comes with a breakdown of the 15 beats plus 3 free beat sheets from popular novels. Be sure to get yourself a copy if you don't already have one. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my how-to writing videos and tips. Until next time, my friends, happy writing.